Welcome, Ray Crist, and this is Shaman's View. I'd like to share from beautiful Greece a little bit about the elements and the shamanic point of view. More than 20 years ago, when I didn't know what shamanism was, I had to rely on the collective consciousness idea and had all these kind of ideas of impressions of these men and women of some extraordinary power, of this mystery and this inconceivable ideas of they could heal without us understanding, almost just simply magically. Shamans are men and women of power, definitely. I think that having worked with them and being family with the shamans of Peru, with several people, with Don Francisco Flores, Don Sebastian, Juanita, Dona Bernardina, people that we've become family more than 17 years now, I've come to realize what their true power is. And the true power is love, the true power is affection, patience, kindness, and what really was healing to me, and I understand now really clearly, representing the earth keepers, the Pacos of Peru, is that they're one with nature. One with nature, and that was something that for me was just a sentence, or it was like kind of like a metaphor, or like a poetic statement. Oh, I'm one with nature. It's much more than just a poetic statement. Although poetic, the truth of it is very, very practical. So we understand that there's a separation that's happened between humans and nature. We've separated ourselves. We've put ourselves in buildings. We've created heating for the winter times, cooling for the summer times, and we just fortified ourselves against nature. So there's a fear of nature and the separation. And when we look at different diseases that are all like stress-related diseases, anxiety-related diseases, and mental state related diseases, all have a lot to do with this separation, because when we separate ourselves from nature, when we separated ourselves from nature, what we really did is separated ourselves from our own nature. We became alienated to who we are, who we truly are. And so I've come to understand, when we're talking about looking at the rivers, like the river Urubamba, or in the Sacred Valley, or the river Acheronas in northern Greece, we're talking about seeing that from atop, from far up in the Andes, looking down at the river in the valley. You could see it's the shape of a vein. So the rivers are like the veins inside our body. They give a template, if you want. They give an archetype for the veins to be created. The forests, the forest itself, the trees themselves are the bones that we've created in our own body. The big lake, Mamacocha, the beautiful ocean, is like our belly and the ocean of emotions that we have. In essence, we are created, our bodies are carbon molecules, quartz molecules, and all of these things that we find, the earth itself, the water itself, the air itself, the fire itself, put together create the human being. And the glue really is consciousness. Consciousness is the glue that keeps Ray together as a one being. Like right here is the consciousness of Ray, right? If my soul and my consciousness, when my soul and my consciousness exits my body, what is it going to do? It's going to go spread out to where it came from. It's going to spread out to all the elements, right? The water will evaporate, the air will disappear, the fire will dissipate. I will return back to all the elements that they come from. So when we start understanding that we are these elements, we're not in nature, we are nature itself. We're not looking at it, we're sprouts coming out of nature. And when we begin to connect and touch and feel and breathe, when we begin to talk to the trees, when we begin to acknowledge that consciousness is not only in human beings, but it's within all living beings, grass, every tree, every root, every flower, of course, every animal. The consciousness of love, of compassion, of sweetness is there. And this has been truly a huge gift in my life. I'm so much more connected through the shamanic work. So many animals are now my teachers, right? I know how to, when do I need to take, call in the jaguar? When do I need to move fast? Or there's opportunity that we need to pounce on? When do I need to feel more grounded if I feel like I'm up in the air and I'm not feeling grounded? When do I need to come back to serpent, to feel earth holding me like a serpent is belly to belly with sweet Mother Earth always? When do I feel bitterness around me and I need to call upon the beautiful hummingbird to flutter in front of my solar plexus and bring back that sweetness, the nectar of life? I'll close by saying that it's really clear that we all live by paradigm. Paradigm is another Greek word. It means example. So we live by example, and we live in an example. And the paradigm that we've created in the Western world is a paradigm that is void of nature, that is drawn, that has persecuted the feminine during the Dark Ages, that has persecuted the animals, and has persecuted magic. And we live in that paradigm. We don't even trust magic. We don't have equality. Not only do we don't have equality, we're not in awe as we should be to the feminine and bowing to our mothers, to our sisters, to our wives, to our friends. And we are been so separated that we haven't learned so many beautiful lessons that all the power animals all the animals can share it with us. So come back. I invite you to come back to your nature. Feel when you need to wag your tail more. Notice when you want to purr more. Feel when you want to roll over in the sun and take in the sun in your belly and just kind of like really just relax and enjoy. And feel when you want to run in the field and really take in the breath of the essence of spring shortly coming up. Connect with your inner deeper self. Rewild yourself. Come back to the nature that is still loving us so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Ignite your shaman's inner view, and I will see you guys next week.